And speaking of kids, nice transitions. Toys R Us. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. 6 years after going bankrupt, I can't believe it's only been 6 years. Toys R Us will now open 24 new stores. This is where if I had a good working soundboard, we definitely do up the little clap, audience applause. 6 years after declaring bankruptcy, yes, they literally went out of business. Toys R Us will return with 24 stores across the U.S. Toys R Us, which went bankrupt years ago, will open. Just repeating it. The brand will also have stores in cruise ships and airports. So we all remember Toys R Us with the backwards are. It's as a classic in '90s, actually '90s or 2000s, as it gets. Now, like I mentioned before, we're a fake gold on here, and I remember an even older joint. What was it called? KB Toys. I was a more KB Toys type of dude, but this is not. It's neither here nor there.
You're dating yourself there. I don't know that.
Hey man, I'm just saying, if you were there, you were there. But anyway, like they're saying, Toys R Us is making a comeback. I don't know if it's unexpected, but I mean, I definitely remember the Toys R Us that was like in our quote unquote area. That joint been gone. But I mean, a lot of people are gonna see this and think this is like some of the best under the sun. And I just, again, these aren't nothing to spend too much time on, but I do want to know y'all thoughts. Did y'all greatly grow up and appreciate Toys R Us? And more importantly, would you bring your kids, your future kids, to a Toys R Us, to a toy store, or do you think the concept of a brick and mortar of stores is just like not with the times? Because honestly, most people get their kids stuff off of Amazon and stuff like that. I'll start. Guess we'll start with the older fella. What do you think, Ace?
So while I wouldn't have any problem bringing my hypothetical kid to Toys R Us, it seems like shocking that they would reopen and open brick and mortar stores. I have no idea
Jesus.
what their plan is for becoming profitable. Like, why'd they go bankrupt? Because you would figure because online shopping put them out of business.
Yeah.
But like, what is their plan? They got to have some type of plan. Like, are they selling cars out of there now or something? Like, it don't make no sense that they would just open and do the same thing.
It's the nostalgia factor.
No.
Nah, you don't open 24 stores for a nostalgia factor.
Nah, something.
What you mean? Y'all remember when we first heard the news that Toys R Us was going out of business? Everyone was sad.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, the only nostalgia factor I would get if I saw a new Toys R Us would I'd drive by it and like, oh damn, Toys R Us, but I ain't bringing my kid in there.
Yeah, you're not going in. Like, realistically, you're not going in. This is baffling. Like, this truly baffling.
Damn, Jesus. So your nostalgia wouldn't. I mean, I guess adults going into Toys R Us for themselves is kind of even more suspect. You would bring your child in for this one, like, back in my day, right?
Nah.
No.
Jesus.
I mean, the thing is, you'd be like, if you're going to Toys R Us, you got to go get toys. You could just go to Walmart and get other stuff plus toys. If that's like, why would you go to Toys R Us? It's baffling.
Y'all
they about to be bankrupt in another 6 months again.
Seriously, it doesn't make any sense.
Y'all are the problem. Consumers these days, they're too like y'all. I mean, obviously they're not. What's wrong with stopping at the mom and pop store, the little guy? What's wrong with that?
Well, it's not the little guy.
Right.
I didn't say they are, but I'm saying your mindset is reflective of why mom and pop stores go out of business.
I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying, but I mean, it's not my problem. Like, it's just
Jesus Christ.
We live in the era of convenience and all that. It's like
maybe if they're in a mall, they have a better chance.
Well, they said they would try like airports and cruises. That's the start.
Airports, yeah, cruise. I mean,
that needs to be a big ass airport for them to put Toys R Us in there. By the way.
And the thing is too, like, you're buying toys in the airport. You must not
Yeah,
be going on the
yeah.
flight
Are you
too.
coming?
Like,
Are you coming or
yeah,
going?
yeah, exactly.
Buy your kids the big ass Lego set and then try to sneak that on the plane. See how that go.
Right.
Man,
Um,
honestly, you can't go bankrupt and come back. Like,
what
it's
do you
just.
mean? That means there's probably more of a demand for it still.
But doesn't I mean I don't know nothing about nothing, but doesn't bankrupt mean that you don't necessarily dissolve the company, but you're kind of like you're saying I give up, like you failed, bro. Like you can't
That just
unfail.
means you have to go through the legal or financial process to make sure
But they cheated though. Like
take care of your assets. It's not a
if you
cheating. They
declare
probably
bankruptcy, it means that like you ain't got the money to pay
mm,
the bills. Like
yeah,
again,
and
I
they obviously held on. Yeah, we do need to do more research on what bankruptcy actually means.
yeah.
But it obviously means that they kept the IP, so they still have the license, the Toys R Us license, and they saw the demand for it, and we got a little cash. We'll
I
open up
mean,
a
if
couple
I was the
stores.
bank, I'd be pissed low key, but I don't know. I mean, I would have rebranded, but maybe you can't rebrand because brick and mortar toy stores are pretty much done for unless you got the nostalgia factor Toys R Us is going for. See how powerful it is.
Damn.
I
I,
don't trust it though.
I mean, you pretty much said as much, but for you, Ghost, you don't see the sense in these brick and mortar stores
No,
anymore.
like 24, bro. Like try it out with one or two and see how that goes. Like 24 is just this shit gonna be empty. Like
Jesus,
you see all the malls closing up, the stores like
the
brick and
definitely closing
mortar
them all.
stores
Yeah.
like this is just unless
It
Amazon goes out of business tomorrow, then
it depends on where they put them, and like they're gonna put some in the airports, which again I need to see the size of these airports. But you could put one like in like Manhattan, one in like L.A.,
You
one
know
in
what, man? You know what,
Chicago.
too? The other thing, I think kids stop. I mean, not little kids, but the at the age where we stop playing with toys, I think it's now it's much younger because you kids are just
They
using
got the
iPad and
tablets.
all this
yeah.
Yeah.
video. Like they don't, and even video games. You don't go to the store to really get video games anymore. Like it doesn't even really make sense. I think I tried to do that for Street Fighter 6. That was the last time I decided I tried to get a physical copy of the game. It wasn't in stock, and I was like, why even bother?
They
This
didn't
can't
have
get
Street Fighter.
downloaded to the PS4 anyway.
They
Or
didn't
yeah,
have the biggest fighting game release
didn't
of
have the
this
newest.
year.
Oh, you know what? It's because I was trying to get a PS4. I think that was
Well,
the
yeah, if you're trying to do that.
Okay. Yeah, let's be
but
clear. Don't expect blaspheme.
but still, like either way, I'm going to download the game onto my system and chuck the disc because I don't need it anymore. Like, why get a physical copy of a game? So again, like I don't see what the reason we're bringing back a store that you probably lost half your the
Consumers.
people that were supporting the store.
Yeah. You guys are bringing up every good point in the book. Yeah, you guys are absolutely right. Yeah, it's like it's a multi-factored like variable thing here. You have the fact that like one, people are less used to brick and mortar stores. Two, there's so much convenience of like Amazon or online shopping, and even if you do want to go to a store to get toys and stuff, you might as well go to a store. You can get other things for your home as well. And a lot of kids these days just aren't really hip to toys. Why would you play one toy for however many long we can play with a tablet that has 100 games? Yeah, it's not really, the math ain't really equaling out. But listen, I always say nostalgia is a heavy handed weakness of humans. I think once you guys see that Toys R Us pop up in y'all neighborhood, yo, let me just, it's got a little motion. People are actually
But
checking it out.
here's the thing,
I think
though.
y'all will go
Like
inside.
nostalgia expires. Like sure, maybe the first time, maybe first two times you see, it, like, oh damn, I'll go check it out just for old time's sake. But a year after they open, you really think people will still have that nostalgia factor? I don't
Listen,
think
you're
so.
right, but they could also be thinking, and we're not gonna spend too much more time on this. They could also be thinking, let's try to like, revitalize the toy economy. Like a lot of kids aren't really hip to toys. Let's see if we can like introduce toys to a new generation of kids, get them hooked on it.
Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
That's kind of a crazy way to phrase it, but yeah, I don't know. We'll come back to this in like, I don't know when they're gonna open them, but a few years and we'll see.
Yeah,
And when I mean, if they fail,
we're gonna be coming back to say all 24 stores are closing.
yep, they should have just had us in the think tank.
Oh
Look, this is
man,
10 minutes. We already told them why it's a bad idea.
the whole thing, all the investors. Yeah. Listen, salute to Toys R Us. Hey man, I used to love Toys R Us. I actually used to love KB Toys, but that's near nor there. Anyway, if nothing else, we can move on to the next joint.